Commonwealth Games. What a shame it's got to be deconstructed so they can carry on playing football there. Look out too for Alami of Morocco, third in the African Championships this year. But I expect Emma Coburn, if the pace is slowing in the middle of the race, to take this on. She's an athlete who likes to push the pace along. Away they go then for this ladies steeplechase. Coburn, an aggressive racer, going straight into second place there behind the pacemaker. Really, really positive and encouraging attitude she has to these steeplechases this year, Emma Coburn. She's had a great Diamond League season, won in Shanghai in 9:19, then in Eugene she was third but improved to 9:17, and then 9:14 in Paris, and then of course that 9:11 in Glasgow. And already they're stretching away in front of us. Fente has gone up very quickly indeed, perhaps a little too quickly. Higginson in third place there behind Coburn. In fourth place is Ulawi Alami, and then Lakaz and Kudlazilic. Fugberg is there as well. All the big names towards the back of the field at the moment. Perhaps they have the best pace judgment, but they should know, Stuart, after that Shanghai victory from Coburn, when they let her go, that all those weeks ago, that she can maintain a very good tempo and might not come back if they let her go.
Well, just a break there for the moment. Palsaiti of Lithuania, and see if she, yes, well, she's still in this competition, still in its early days really. Let's say that, just catching the odd jump from here to here. Looks big, rangy, turns in, hits that knee high, beautiful arch over the bar, reclaiming her legs quickly, and that second time clearance at 190 keeps her in. Cautious start, coming in at 180, as you can see.
Well, Fente it is, Bertukan Fente, looking for 3:02 at the first kilometre. That's about 73 seconds per lap, and they're hoping for around 4:34 at 1,500 metres, I'm told, and I can only think that Emma Coburn was party to that and is very much up for it, because she leads at the moment from Higginson, who's gone with her bravely, the 25-year-old American. I wonder if they've had a chat together to discuss this one.
Well, I hope she can do better over the next hurdle. She almost fell over at that hurdle, did Coburn. She just almost fell off the track. A real struggle to keep in on the track and keep upright, but the pacemaker's now doing some use. Although really, you have to say, Tim, that in races of this kind, with Coburn in the race, you hardly need a pacemaker. She really does go out, and she really works very hard early on, and makes the pace. And
well, that's Ayalu, who was trying to close the gap between the big patches. In fifth place, they're right in the centre of picture. Coburn going with a pacemaker, and Ayalu will pay for this surge because she's made up a lot of ground in the space of 200 or 300 metres. Coburn with that those flowing blonde locks in second place. Higginson beginning to struggle to stay with her in third.
Bitkamaki looking to get back to those 85-metre throws, and not quite doing so at the moment. I have to say that those 90-metre days look to be over at the moment. He really does hit the javelin very hard, though. Former world champion. He's done it all, really. World champion in 2007, silver medalist last year, and 86.63 this season, although his 91.53 is his best throw. Look at that, 82.18. He's down in sixth place at the moment. So inconsistent, he really is. Alemu then just taking them along quite nicely, and Coburn just there. Asefa, of course, one of the prime movers in this steeplechase event, going very well indeed. Coburn, such a good athlete. She's not afraid of the Africans. She just goes and runs from the front. They no longer let her get away because they know that she is a class act, breaking the American record, as Tim said, 9:11.42, and that was when she came second in Glasgow in the Diamond League. So, and that was better over the hurdle. She is quite a good technician, I must say.
The pace is really strong, 3:04 for that first kilometre. They come through now with 4 laps to go.
Well, the high jump is beginning to get going, as you can see. Simic there is one of those jumpers who is right up there in the 2-meter brigade, but gets 190 on the second attempt. But Simic, a real battle in the European Championships. She got the bronze in the end.
Back to this steeplechase, where now Coburn out in front as she likes it. Ayalu in second. The rest of them being reduced to single file, indeed. Stretched out. That foreshortening effect doesn't give you a good idea of the real picture. They're spread out over about 40 meters, that field. Now you see the gaps as they come through. Gribi is there as well, one of the fastest athletes in history, the Tunisian rather. She's 7th fastest athlete in history as they negotiate that water jump. Just looked a little tired there, did Ayalu.
Well, Emma Glenn, second attempt at 190 then. Let's see what she can do this time. Really needs this. And of course, when you're in Sweden, you've got to watch the Swedes. And Emma Glenn is one of their finest over the years with that 2-meter jump back in 2010. Nowhere near that just recently. The European bronze medalist in 2012, incidentally, but really fell to 9th place this time at this height at 190. No, not her day, I'm afraid. Still one more attempt, though, but it doesn't look good.
Well, they are approaching 2,000 meters, 6:15.46. That's a 3:10. That's a shame. They went out in 3:04. That second kilometer much slower, but it's still Coburn out in the lead from Ayalu. Gribi it is, the Tunisian, in 3rd place. Over the water jump this time. The back of that group is Alami in 6th place, a little isolated at the moment. Quite a big gap back to the rest of them. And as they come into the straight, they'll see 2 laps to go. In 4th place is Asefa. She's just closing that gap now. And then Kiyeng back in 5th place. That's Jepkamoy, as she's better known. Set a season's best to Strava. What is notable amongst many of these steeplechasers, for example, Kiyeng, she's a 9:22 athlete. That's very much world-class time for the ladies at steeplechase, is that her personal best on the flat are truly terrible. I mean, 4:19 for 1,500, 9:07 for 3,000 for a world-class steeplechaser, and that is why this event hasn't moved on quite as quickly as I thought it would do 3 or 4 years back. Unlike the men's version, where most of the top steeplechasers are really world-class on the flat, it's just not the case for the majority of female steeplechasers. In contrast, however, Coburn this year, with the wonderful season she's had, has run a personal best of 4:05. That was at Heusden back in mid-July, so she's worked really hard to get up to this level as Coburn, and for the first time now, since mid-race, she loses the lead. They go past her at that water jump. 500 meters to run. Coburn tucked in behind them. She's tough. She won't let them go easily, but it's Ayalu from Gribi. Gribi, remember, the Olympic silver medalist in London, World Championship silver medalist the year before that in Daegu. These 3 are away, and Asefa back in 4th place. That'll be a scalp for Coburn if she can take it. She's struggling to go with them. They come to the bell. Ayalu now hits the front. Gribi, then Coburn. Asefa in 4th. Back in 5th place, the tiny figure of the Kenyan, Ivan Kiyeng Jepkamoy. But the gap's beginning to open up as they go into the back straight, and Coburn has had to let go. The big 2 are away. Good run this from Gribi. We've hardly seen her this year. She's raced very, very sparingly. Ran in the African Championships 1,500 meters, finished in 5th place, and then was only 5th in the steeplechase there in a slow 9:41. Those African Championships, by the way, in Marrakesh, notable by virtually non-existent crowds. It was very, very disappointing. But Gribi hits the front now. Coburn in 3rd, under pressure there to ride a picture from Asefa. The big 2 come to the barrier for the last time, the water jump. And still, Gribi trying to hold Ayalu at bay. But the Ethiopian kicks into the lead and surely is away now. The 10th fastest athlete in history is Ayalu. Hiwot Ayalu, she's got the gap. Gribi will set him for 2nd. Coburn digging deep to hold on to 3rd there, left the picture. But watch the clock, this is a solid run from Ayalu. Crossing the line there, 9:17. but a second ahead of Gribi. Coburn gets third, again mixing it with the Africans. Asefa fourth. Kiyang there, Kiyang of Kenya in fifth place. And then the rest of them coming through. Kudla Zilic in sixth, and Alami in seventh.